name is Nathaniel Myers. I'm talking about the situation with this thing that's going on. Okay, let's see. What I'm trying to say is that after my wife passed away in 2014, I felt like I didn't need to be in any relationship. I was content. I didn't want to be in a relationship. So, a friend, Alicia Simuel, we knew each other since we were 13. Well, I was 13, he was 40. And he told me about this woman that he met. Her name was Alicia Jackson. And I remember her from middle school, high school, all that stuff. Okay. I knew that she had our aura around her. So I knew that kind of like a bad attitude. And I mean, she was just being direct. So I think some of my sisters are direct too. So, but it was not my cup of tea. I wasn't her. So I just stayed away. Now, you go back 2016. Now, I met her again. I didn't want to meet her again because back then we had this connection, but she didn't know about it. I knew about it. Or maybe she didn't act. So, it's been a while. So therefore, I didn't want the connection in. So I told him that I didn't want to meet her. So therefore, I said, I know who she is. I don't need to meet her. And therefore, I go my own way. But they was persistent. He was persistent. And she wanted to meet me. Went over our apartment one day. I like her. Married. What happened is they got married. They called me here, but my phone, something was wrong with it. So they got married, and then they asked me to come over. So I did. Her brother Andre was there. I met him again. They don't remember me though, but that's okay. I remember them. So, and then I met her, and it seemed it was time for me to leave because I got kind of quiet. So it was just felt like it was time for me to leave. So I left. There was some other things went around. We did things. I drove them to church in West Hartford. His car wasn't acting right, so I drove both of them up there. Sometimes I was up there with somebody else. I also was going to come down and get him, but I said, well, I ain't doing nothing. I drove him up there. So that's what I did. I've gotten to a point where, Mr. Charles, or Charles, he used to ask me for money. And because it was mostly his wife didn't want to help in his car. So I helped. And then it got to the point where it was ongoing every month. So it was like 2 years. I know I shouldn't probably do it. And I was like, why is he get a second job? Or, he worked 12 hours or something. I mean, the company he worked for, they wasn't always giving overtime work. So I understand that she probably wanted more, and financially, job didn't pay. But she had a job too. She worked. But she felt that since she's a man, she should be born. And she already knew that he didn't make that much money. Not the money that she made. So it should be understandable. But I guess she wasn't. And I told him, I know she had good in her. I said, date her, don't marry her. Just got a bad feeling. Usually I get those. God don't tell me exactly what it is, but I just had a better feeling about it. So throughout the months, I decided. I already told him that I was going down south. And that was in 2000 October. And then November, back up, a bit. And it, up here, I gotta get my own woman. Like, why? And then I am trying to do that. It's just didn't happen yet. I wasn't looking to get one. But I said under his breath that she kept talking about. Like, wow. I ain't get it bad person. But anyway, I felt that I shouldn't be giving him any money. I in the Bible when God told me to stop doing it. I have money in his pocket. And so when I told him, he told me it was me. And it wasn't on. Because I didn't call him and say, hey, I got money. You want it? I didn't do that. But I know it's time. And the reason why I went down south, because it was time for me. Because to start anew. And I've been around him since we was 13. I wanted to stay around him, but to go on and do something else. But he wanted me to stay around him. I mean, I think it was more the money because he might have left me a survivor benefit without straight. So he figured that I was supposed to make sure. But God didn't want me doing it. I didn't want to do that. So I bounced. He was still trying to do that. I stopped. So, got to a point where I stopped calling him. And then he'll call me. Asking questions. And I already knew his wife. They didn't know I knew. I knew. I remember all that. Didn't know. I mean, he knew I knew something. And the more he called, they called. And he would have her listen. Like get me on speaker. Or loud enough that she could hear what I'm thinking. So she could tell me. Now, I had this feeling that she was listening. And the more they did it, the more stronger it got. And I was telling them, you stop doing that because I could feel her. And it got to the point where we stopped feeling each other's pain. And he got mad about that. And I said, look, you started it. And it got to the point where when they had sex, that's how strong the connection was getting. Now, I started looking at spiritual me. Now, I didn't learn, I didn't know about it. It just felt I was trying to find something else, keep my mind off this issue.
Come on. Oh, shit.
So what I did was I basically called her name and told her what was going on because I didn't want her to get mad at me. If I start feeling a certain way and she can feel me and she thinking I'm trying to do something, I'm not. So I told her the truth. But another way, she thought, because I had gotten in the car. I got a Lexus and I wasn't going to get the car. But the spirit told me to get it because she liked it. And I'm like, this had to be when that told me this. Because God wouldn't have me get a car just because I didn't know she liked that kind of car. Now, for me to know that anyway, because he's married to him, I'm not in that. So it got to the point where mentally, but what it was is it was putting black magic on me. So therefore, because every time she go to work, 2 o'clock, she contacted. And normally I wouldn't. And I told her I ordered this for a couple weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. I just wouldn't do it. I said, no, I can't. All right, stop. I won't do it. And I felt pain. I ordered it all kind of way I could. And I tried to tell him, but it's all in his head. And he believed that. Her over what I was trying to tell him. So I went in. And it was so intense. And after I think a couple of weeks, I couldn't do it no more. And she got mad at me. So she started telling him and her, well, she would tell him that I was contacting her. But when you realize she was contacting me every time. And I got and talked to God. And God told me to leave home. But the way it was like, the word was written, like, you don't know what's going on. Leave her, and she's doing other stuff. So I was looking at YouTube, and I saw readings. All this stuff was going on, all these lies that it was like this story was about me. That her and him was lying about things. Me creating all this stuff, slandering my name. So it got to the point where people want to start sending these spiritual things at me, or somebody's going to come and beat me down or something like that. But God stepped. I said, I don't understand why they lying on me. So at YouTube, and they tell me, spirits telling me not to do anything. God got you. I understand. I'm like, I believe in God and all, but why is it that God is? I mean, I know I'm saved man, godly man, but God had a special job for me. And he came to me when I was young, 15, I think it was. I felt his presence. I felt walking on the street. Lived so many years ago. And I just knew it was some being in it, something that he wanted me to do when I got home. He wanted me not right now at that point. Old. And so, spiritual awakening, I started learning about truth. I started learning about chakras. And by doing it, once I got doing the chakra, she felt much Alicia, she had like her heart chakra. And she started doing chakra. after that point, the lights were still coming. People were still doing things, and in spirits to me. I was feeling all kind of weird ways, and I kind of see dark shadows. And I was like, how my ancestors were taking care of this. He kept lying, saying I was doing these things. She was doing all this stuff, but then she and him was doing it. And they kept calling me. I tried to not even have any contact with them anymore. But they just kept doing it and involved them, her family, and then friends. And then so many other things was going on. So the guy had warned these people to stop what they do. They just thought that their God was stronger than my God. But my God was stronger than their God. And they a lot of karma because I wasn't doing nothing to them. But they were doing everything lying on me. So they all got karma. And God stopped every time I might try to come my way, hurt me or whatever. God stopped. Ancestors stopped. My great-great-great-grandparents. So, therefore, I mean, there's a lot of things going on, but I don't need to talk about that. And she was playing. When I learned about twin flames, I actually thought that she was, but when I find out she's not. She was found out that she knew about something about some big money or something. So she was basically creating all these different lies, getting the family to do things. And it stopped me from getting. Stopped me from getting my income, much proper benefit my wife left when she passed on. She made sure that I was straight, that I had money to live. It just me. It's me. God blessed me. She blessed me. So, but the people were trying to stop that. They had a truck. It started acting up. I had a car too. And I don't know about black magic, pit model, basically anything on culture trying to cause me harm. And I ain't even do nothing. All I did was stop them. Well, I admit to that wrongful what I did. I repented for that. And I'm moving on. But if you people think that I want her, I don't. My ancestors don't want me with her. God does not want me with her. I don't want me. I learned my lesson. I'm out of this. God has actually got somebody for me that's come. And this woman don't want me to be with her. He wants me to be with her. And when she got old, yet she kept on thinking that I was going to keep on being with her or something like that. And I stopped. I started being celibate. I haven't sex with nobody. And I am myself. I know, hey, some guys, maybe I would do that. I met it, and, I did do sometimes. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but, hey, I'm used to it. We basically, we can tell the truth. We like to be honest, to the point, and we hate bullshit. So, therefore, and some, I could be passive once I get to a point. I start speaking. I forgave Louise because I want to make it. And she still do. She always liked to be a victim. Now, see, the connection with me and her is strong now. She won't let go. She keeps thinking it's godly connection, but it's not. She thinks that she's my twin. Now, this big money that's supposed to be coming, I didn't get nothing. So, I probably will someday. I don't know what's going to happen. No man knows the hour. Nobody knows when. Nobody knows that. No woman knows that. So, with that in mind, I don't want to be with her. So, if her husband, boyfriend, and I found out, she had other guys that she was messing around with. She wasn't just married, but she had other men that she was sleeping with. And wasn't using no condom. So, it's like, there was a lot of things that she was doing that some people probably didn't know. Emily probably didn't, well, parents probably didn't know that, or maybe some of her brothers didn't know that. My sister was into a lot of stuff. And she wanted me to be her side dude, and one of her side dudes. I was like, I can't do that. I had to get out of that. I'm trying to get back with God and read the Bible. And I know this is something for me to do. So I was trying to get to that. This is just to tell my truth. That I don't want her. She's into way crazy stuff. I mean, she's woke now. And doing better. She's not into that stuff. And that's a blessing. But I think she's in a relationship now. And I'm glad, happy that she's in a relationship. But this kid thing, I'm not up. Because God made sure I was going to be a happy. See, the thing is, when I was with my wife, my wife was trying to have kids. We couldn't have kids because I have a low sperm count. Can't have kids. Now, of course, when I get with a woman, that's my true twin flame. True twin flame. My true counterpart. Miss Alicia is not my true. It's not my counterpart. She might act like she's not. God had told me about that. She's not. She's a starseed, but she fell from grace because he had a job for her. She refused. So she was in a whole bunch of stuff. Not what God wanted. So, she still got her gifts, but God didn't want me with her. And I knew it. That's the happened. I'm thinking about this kid thing, if it is a kid thing. See, when God had put a seed in Mary for Jesus to be born, that's where she got that concept, because now she knows who I'm really supposed to be, who I really am. She knows. A lot of other people probably do now too. But the thing is, God's not going to allow that. If I'm supposed to have kids, it's going to be with a kingdom spouse. It's not going to be with nobody else. Therefore, you go out there and think, I want her, I want to be with her. No, I do not. I'm not scared, and I hope she have a beautiful life with whoever she's with. But I don't want her. I'm done. And if you want to believe me, cool. If you don't, I don't care. She tried to attempt to come my way and try to be with me. God will stop her. He would delay her. My ancestors would delay her. Not anybody else. So therefore, everybody have a blessed year and go. But I do not want to be with her. I'm trying to go for my true twin flame, even at this age, which is God and my ancestors set up for. She's not it. So that's my truth. Or you are guys that want to be with her. I don't want her. So, deuces.